Hey guys, what's going on? It's your girl, Pregnant Mama Large here. Oh my goodness, it's been so long since I last made a video for this channel. Last time I was pregnant was almost over 6 years ago, I think, because Jonathan's turning 6. But it's so good to be back. And surprise! If you haven't been following me on Instagram, well, this is a surprise for you. Your girl is currently 5 weeks pregnant with baby number 3. This is my 5th pregnancy, and I'm praying, hoping, believing that it will be my 3rd successful pregnancy. Okay? Okay. Alright, so I wanted to do these weekly videos because I didn't really do this when I was pregnant with either of the boys. With Jaden, I was just way too tired, and with Jonathan, I was dealing with Jaden because, you know, I got pregnant 6 months after giving birth to Jaden. But I want to try this thing, you know. This may or may not be my last pregnancy. If we are having a girl, it's probably going to be my last pregnancy. If we're not, it's probably going to be my 2nd to last pregnancy. So we gonna see, all right? So first things first, for those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, I'll give you a little rundown of what's been going on. Roody and I have been actively trying to conceive since the end of 2021. I think it was like the week before the new year came in, that's when we started trying to conceive. It was finally in the 8th cycle that I finally got my positive pregnancy test. I had a little TTC group that I created on Instagram. It was 4 of us girls, and we were all just supporting each other. And I was the last one to get a positive test. And I was almost ready to give up. And one of the girls messaged me, and she was like, "Girl, you really just need to try an OPK, an ovulation prediction kit." And I felt like those were just like being extra. Like I didn't feel like I needed to do that. I thought that I should just be getting pregnant. Right? So then I finally bought the test, and then as soon as it came, I started using it. And when I started using it, it was like kind of for fun because I thought that I had ovulated already, because I really thought that I ovulated on cycle day 14. Come to find out, a few days into taking the test, I had ovulated on cycle day 18, I think, and I was shocked. So I had a meeting that day, and I completely just like cleared my calendar for the rest of the evening because we was gonna baby dance, all right? And Roody and I baby danced like we never baby danced before. And I knew, I was like, this is it, this is it. And sure enough, I started taking pregnancy tests like I think 5 days past ovulation because I'm a psycho. And I remember one day I just took way too many tests. I took 2. Now, 1 a day is okay, but I took 2 and I felt like a complete failure. I was at 8 days past ovulation, and I had taken a test in the morning and a test in the night. They were both negative. I felt so stupid, so I was like,
you know what? I'm not taking any more.
So Friday, I didn't take a test. Saturday morning, I woke up, I was like,
we could take a test today.
And I took it, and sure enough, positive. It was very, very faint, but it was there. And I was like, now the thing is, I didn't want to like get anybody too excited, so I kept it from everyone except for Larique and the girls in the TTC group. But I didn't tell people on Instagram because I didn't want to get their hopes up, and I didn't even tell Roody. So I went live on Instagram on Monday, and that's when I surprised Roody saying, "Surprise! I'm pregnant!" And it was so beautiful, and it's been a nice little journey so far. So that's the introduction. If you want to know more, you can definitely hear more about it on my Instagram page. I have a whole highlight with the TTC journey and the pregnancy journey thus far. So feel free to go check me out and watch those highlights. All right, so let's talk about symptoms. Right now, the only symptoms that I have are very sore, large breasts. Okay, I think I have gone up a bra size. My nipples are very sensitive, and my boobs are sore. I feel it when I lie down flat on them, and I'm a little bloated, not very bloated. I feel like I was way more bloated with my other pregnancies, but I am a little bloated. I do get some very, very, very sharp pains. I don't know where that is, like in like the low pelvic area. Super sharp pains sometimes. Not very frequent, maybe like once a day, twice a day max. It did feel like my period was coming for a while, and I was very nervous, but apparently that's normal. That that feeling has gone away. So that's what I was feeling when I was around 4 weeks. Now into 5 weeks, I'm very hungry. I take a lot of naps. I usually nap once a day. And when I don't nap, I'm cranky. I'm very moody. I try to be as nice to Rudy as I possibly can, but sometimes I feel like I'm just really not happy with everything in life. But I'm very self-aware and I try to not be very mean, but I'm still mean sometimes. Sorry, dear. And the wonderful thing about being pregnant is the fact that I can just let my belly out. I never got rid of this gut. After I gave birth to Jonathan, it just never really went away. And now that I'm pregnant, I just let it hang out. And people will probably see me and think I'm at least 3 months pregnant, not knowing that I'm just 2 months pregnant. But no, not even 3 months. I think I look like maybe 4 or 5 months pregnant. But yeah, I'm not. And I hope that nobody ever has the nerve to ask me, because I'm not going to tell them.
Oh my gosh, how far along are you?
Mind your business.
All right, so this is probably gonna be the largest section of the video now. I hope that you stick around and watch. If not, I totally understand, because this part's probably gonna be very long. I asked my girls on Instagram to ask me some questions, and I received 16 questions. So I'm gonna try to go through them as quickly as possible, but I also wanna make sure I answer them in full, because I love when people ask me stuff and your girl loves to talk, okay? All right, so here we go. First things first, do you know the gender yet? No, I'm only 5 weeks, and I don't think you can even know about the gender until you're like 10, maybe 12 weeks minimum. I have heard about a test that you can do with blood work that tells you the gender. I didn't do that for any of the boys. We did it the old-fashioned way, where the ultrasound technician looked at the screen and said, "Oh, I see a pee-pee." But if I could do the blood work at 10 or 12 weeks, child, we doing that, because I don't want to wait. No quiero esperar. I want to know now, okay? We know you want a healthy baby, but any preference in gender? Yeah, so Rudy and I have been wanting a girl child for the last, 10 years, dear? Something like that. Like, we've been wanting a girl forever. We thought Jaden was a girl. We thought for sure that Jonathan was a girl. You know, the first miscarriage that I had, we named her. I believe it was a girl. And I still love her name very much. And in my head, that's what her name is. And I believe that that was our girl. And I really hope that this one is a girl. But if not, I just want a healthy baby. That's really all I want. I want this pregnancy to come full term. I want to give birth to a healthy baby, and that's all I really want. All right, so the lighting is changing because the sun is setting. I decided to take a nap because I was tired, and now it's late. It's getting late. But anyway, we have the next question. It's, how do you plan on finding out? So I don't want to do like a huge gender reveal. That's not really my thing, especially after my last gender reveal with Jonathan. I was not too happy and it was very visible, and I don't want my child to watch my gender reveal and see my disappointment. So I just want to find out, like go to the doctor and find out between me and Rudy, and then maybe I will just let everybody else know in like a cute way, but I'm not gonna do any huge like pop the balloon and find out, or let off some cannons, and no, I'm not doing all of that. Just tell me, please. Are you gonna try to do a VBAC, which is a vaginal birth after C-section? So vaginal birth was one of those things that I dreamt of. When I was pregnant with Jaden, it was my heart's desire, and C-section was my biggest fear. So when I pushed for 2.5 hours and I was told that I had to go in to have an emergency C-section because Jaden's heart rate was dropping, I was terrified. I was shaking. I was on the gurney like, It was horrible. And then I came to terms with it, because like, what else am I supposed to do? So then with Jonathan, I pushed for like a half hour, and then the doctor came in and he was like, you have a problem where your pelvic bone will prevent you from ever having a vaginal birth, okay? And to be honest, I was okay with it at that point because I was in so much pain. Jonathan came like a flood, okay? He wanted out of here. Mucus plug was loose at 12:30, went into the hospital after 5 o'clock, got into my room after 6. I got the epidural after 7, started pushing after 7:30. I had my C-section sometime after that. It was so painful, and I have no desire to go through that ever again. So C-section me, please, okay? With this child, it's most likely that I'll just go in for a scheduled C-section at maybe like 38 weeks or 39 weeks. And I think it's like the easiest thing for me to do. I really just don't have the desire to give birth vaginally anymore. My pain tolerance is not up there. It's not what it used to be. What do you plan to do differently with this pregnancy? So because I run multiple businesses, it is very important that I work for as long as I can. I need to have the energy, and I need to be able to walk around and move with no limitations. That being said, I am trying to stay as hydrated as possible. So I drink about a gallon of water every day. Not about, it's definitely a gallon of water. I think it's 128 ounces or 3,800 milliliters or something like that. It's a lot. It's a whole water bottle, and I go through it for the entire day. I've been doing that for the past week. It's been wonderful. And the reason why I'm trying to do that is I want to make sure that I don't get a shortened cervix. When you have a shortened cervix, then that means that you kind of have to be on bed rest. You can't move too much, or else you're at risk for losing the baby, okay? We can't have that happen. I got businesses to run, okay? How does it feel if you had to explain to someone who's never had a child? So pregnancy, like right now, doesn't really feel like anything. The only thing, like I said before, is like the sore boobs, and maybe next week I'll start having some nausea. You start feeling the baby kick at around like 16, 17 weeks. It's really cute.
And then it turns violent.
The only thing is that there's a lot of pressure because it's like, everything's right in front of you, so you're kind of walking like this, wobbling a little bit. There might be some pains. I'm not gonna lie, it's not the most comfortable thing in the whole world, but the wonderful news is it only lasts for like 10 months, right? So you're not pregnant for any more than 10 months. And then you give birth to this beautiful being who loves you with every fiber of them. And it's wonderful. So yeah, I hope that explains it. Breastfeeding or exclusively pumping or both? So breastfeeding is one of my favorite parts of postpartum. I love being able to connect with the baby, just like this, looking into the baby's eyes and the baby's looking into my eyes. It's just so beautiful. And I love the fact that, I just love how the body works with creating the different breast milk based on what your baby needs. And I think it's so wonderful. So with my children, I try to breastfeed for 6 months. I try, heavy on the try. Jaden didn't latch until he was 9 weeks. It was not a very good process for him. He just couldn't latch. And Jonathan was obsessed with the boobs, and we called him the booby monster. He loved breastfeeding, and then, I just wasn't producing a lot of milk, and so I stopped after 6 months. With this child, I'm gonna try my hardest. Anything can happen. There's like a 6-year or 7-year difference now, so I don't know how my body has changed. I don't know if it's gonna be easier to produce or not, but I'm not against anything. A fed baby is the best baby. Is that what the phrase is? I don't think that's it. They say breast is best, but honestly, fed is best, okay? So if I have to do formula, I'll do formula. If I can exclusively breastfeed, I'll exclusively breastfeed. It's a whole pandemic still. What boundaries are you setting? New and old. So definitely with the whole monkeypox and coronavirus, nobody's coming to see my baby after that child is born. I don't want anybody in my hospital room. If you do not have my last name, whether it's Wallace or Tide, I'm sorry, you can wait 2 to 6 months to see my baby, okay? I've become like kind of a sanitizing, hand washing freak. So definitely that's just what we're gonna do all the time. It's either you have to have freshly cleaned hands when you're touching my child, or don't come from outside and touch, all of those things. I just wanna make sure that I'm even more vigilant and more careful than I was with the other 2 children. What is your favorite and least favorite thing about being pregnant? My favorite thing about being pregnant is the cute bump that I'm gonna have. Girl, I cannot wait. I am so obsessed with baby bumps, and I've been for the longest. I think that pregnant women are the most beautiful creatures en todo el mundo, in the whole world. And that stage between 16 weeks to like 24 weeks where you have that cute bump, oh child, I'm just fantasizing about all the clothes I'm gonna wear. That is my favorite thing. Besides that, pregnancy sucks for me. Pregnancy is one of the worst things that my body goes through, okay? It's very, very hard on my body, and I don't really like it. I just keep my eye on the prize. I'm gonna be holding a baby soon. That's all I keep telling myself, but besides that, it's hard. How was this TTC cycle different from the others? So what was different was the fact that I actually used my OPK. I used the ovulation prediction kit to let me know when I was ovulating. And when I got my peak, we baby danced. That's what was different, and that's why I actually got pregnant, because I ovulated 4 days later than I thought. So that's how it was different. That was literally it. That was the only different thing that we did. What are some of the things you did differently this time around? Well, like I said, the ovulation prediction kit, and I tried to make an effort to just be a little bit more conscious of what I was doing, what I was putting inside of my body in terms of like food and stuff. I did exercise a little bit more. I didn't do a whole lot though, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, well, this is what I did and this and this. Nah, fam. I basically did me, but I just was a little bit more conscious of what I was doing. Does your current pregnancy differ from the boys? If yes, in what ways? Honestly, it's too early to tell. I think that it's pretty much the same. I think I started nausea at 6 weeks with the boys, so that's why I keep saying next week I'm probably gonna be sick. The only thing I can say though is the bloat. It's not as much as it was before. Are you planning on a surprise to tell the boys? I haven't planned the surprise yet, but I do plan to surprise them. We don't talk about the pregnancy around them. They have been looking at me because I think they've noticed my boobs and my belly, but they just don't know why mommy's boobs and belly are bigger. But I do want to tell them somehow in the cutest little way that they're gonna have a sibling, probably after I find out what the gender is so I can let them know, because they're gonna keep asking. They've been asking for a sister for the past 3 years, so I feel like if I told them, hey, you're gonna have a little sister, they'd be the happiest ever. Since baby T3 is on the way, do you feel like you have to move out to make room? Nope. You know, Rudy and I did say years ago, we were like, yeah, we're definitely gonna move out of here before we have a third child. Like, that's what we were saying for a while. And then as time went by, I was like, why would I move out on my own? Like, then I wouldn't have any help. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. So we decided, yeah, we're definitely not gonna move out anytime soon because, you know, I'm running businesses and having a newborn is difficult. And we have the 2 children. Yeah, definitely not gonna try to do motherhood on my own. So it's really nice to have some live-in help. That's for sure. I'm very blessed with my situation and we ain't gonna give this up, okay? Okay. What is your gut feeling about the gender? As you guys can see, everybody's curious about the gender. We're all rooting for a girl, I know it. I don't have a gut feeling. I really just want a healthy baby. The gender was decided from the moment the sperm met the egg, or maybe shortly after. But like, there's nothing that I could have done, there's nothing that I can do now, nothing I say will change what the gender is. And because of that, I'm just like, God, you know what's in here, all right? And I'm gonna accept it. I might try and have a girl later if it's a boy, or I might close the shop if it's a girl. But either way, it's already decided, and it's just way too early for me to even think of what it might be, because I'm only 5 weeks. We all know what I want it to be, but yeah, I have no gut feeling. All right, guys, so thank you so much for all of those questions. It probably won't be like this every week because I'm sure everybody asked all the questions that they wanted to. So moving forward, we'll probably not do this as the sun is setting. Probably do it in a controlled environment where I don't have to fight with the light. But thank you so much if you made it this far in the video. Leave a special comment below, and so I can show you some love and thank you for being my friend. Okay? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week, God willing. I'm not gonna do a bump shot because there's no bump. The baby's the size of an orange seed. So no, I'm not getting up and showing you my big old belly. Not yet. Maybe in a few weeks. Okay, bye!